Hi friends, welcome. This is Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Yeah. So I'm Magnus, and this is Lowbrow Gaming. Recently off from playing Resident Evil Zero, and we're off to play Resident Evil. I in the previous playthrough of Resident Evil Zero, if you follow that one, I discussed the control scheme, but I have decided to go with the original. The game it was never the alternate control scheme. Means basically that your left control stick controls your directional movement instead of tank controls that were originally in the game. Personally, I prefer the tank controls because the game is designed around having a hampered control scheme. So we're gonna go with that. As for difficulty, I was originally gonna go with like climbing a mountain, which is hard. However, this is a let's play, and I mistakenly I mean I normally I would play with this setting, but for the sake of actually getting through this game without making it a painful exercise that wastes a lot of time on dying over and over again on simple stuff due to bad decision making or whatever, we're gonna go with the normal setting, which is probably the best way to experience the game. As for character selection, we had a Twitter vote up for which character to play, and people wanted me to play Jill. Difference between the two characters aren't too much. Some story differences. I'll recommend you check out something with Chris Redfield, or better yet, get the game and play it through as Chris yourself. The difference between the two characters: Jill has 2 more inventory slots, uses different defensive items, whereas Chris only has 6 slots, but he gets to carry a lighter in his always equipped slot or something, whereas Jill later on gets a lock pick. In the remastered release that was released in 2014, which is the one we're playing, we can also pick different costumes for our characters. You can play as the newer BSAA Jill or Chris. Personally, I never really liked these new characters because Chris looks like an inhumane monster and he punches boulders. Jill is fine, but I like the original ones. Chris just looks like a very regular old guy. Jill looks like a I don't know why she's wearing that weird hat, but who cares? So we're going with Jill, and I'll stay quiet throughout the introductional stuff, so you get to enjoy. So have fun.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Racoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission. No, not yet, Brad. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Racoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare. this way. Damn it! Make for that mansion!
There are only 3 S.T.A.R.S members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
Alright, so here we go. So this is the inventory screen. You can see the defensive weapons we have there. Jill has an empty slot for an always equipped sort of deal up here. You start with a gun and a knife. When you're playing with Chris, you start only with the knife. So in many cases, you can consider the Chris playthrough as the harder one. I don't know if there's any differences in terms of what kind of damage they do or anything like that.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
Alright, so a lot of the voice acting is good. It's Resident Evil, so don't expect like Shakespeare stuff level of stuff here. Voice acting is cheesy, and yeah, he needs to stay back to examine blood. I don't know. Does he carry a mobile DNA laboratory with him? But you should be happy I'm not playing the original PS1 version of it, because that's even worse. So yeah, these are the kinds of folks we will be spending our time with. But we need to check out the corpse of our comrade Kenneth, because he's holding a film, which we're going to be wanting to check out later. And well, let's go through this door first. It's a bit of an introduction sequence, this entire place. So
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it. What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Yep. And you might think that we're going to be playing with a tag along throughout the entire ride. Don't worry, this game doesn't have that stupid shit. So we'll be dropping off Barry. Oh. Oh. Appears like he got up and just went away. We'll be going solo soon enough.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Alright. So if you're wondering who that guy who's with us right now is, that's Barry Buttons. He's a cool guy. He'll be hanging with us. He'll pop up every once in a while to talk at us, you know, share his dumb wisdom about stuff.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Alright, so Barry enjoys the dining hall. Let's see here. So the map system in this game is... I enjoy it. I mean, I get that some people, especially people who love treasure hunts, probably won't. But when you have completely checked out a room, it turns into this gray-greenish color. Otherwise, it's red. Doors you can go through are blue. Doors you haven't been through are gray, and doors that you cannot go through are red. So it makes for a bit of a smoother ride. But we want to go in here first. Check out what's in here. So the atmosphere in this game is just glorious. Not a lot of music, just ambient noise, like you can hear here. You have a lot of the same old stuff, you know. Get on top of that box and go down on the other side. And you can push it. You see there's something up in that jar that this statue thing is hanging on to. And let's go and get that. There's a map of the mansion first floor. Take it, yes. And this is just the first floor. For if for a first-time player, this game is fairly long. I would say about 10 hours, maybe. No, that's not what I want you to do, Jill. It's been... Woman drawing water. Yeah, as usual, you can check everything around. Portraits and photographs decorate the wall. Looks like they could come to life at any moment. So you get a lot of interesting tidbits here. Portrait hangs on the wall. It almost seems like it's watching you. And all this stuff just kind of helps to build the atmosphere. Old photograph sits in a frame. Maybe this person was connected to the mansion somehow. Well, yeah, I guess. This particular portrait, an area picture of the mansion. Just to share with you all, we won't be using it, but behind this portrait is a costume change room. Once you have completed the game once, and you start a new game plus, you can go through this portrait and there's a little wardrobe in there or something. And, yeah. Here you see, will you take the dagger? If I take this dagger, which I will, emergency evade. Using defensive items such as daggers will allow you to escape momentarily when grabbed by an enemy. However, you will not be able to escape when the enemy grabs you from behind. To equip a defensive item, go to the status screen, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. There is a control scheme that you can use where you need to actively use it too. But I think we have it set to automatic. Let me just double check that real quick. Defensive yeah. Let's just keep it at automatic. This is not a speedrun or anything, so... But this is what we call a red herring. And I most likely won't be able to escape this guy. So, and that's how those work. We don't want to kill him now, for reasons I'll explain later. Ah, it's locked. An emblem of a sword is carved into the lock. So where can we go? Well, we can go through the dining hall up to the room behind where we killed that where Barry killed that first zombie. So while we're traveling, I thought I might share. For this series, I'll be doing double episodes every Wednesday. About 20 minutes each. I prefer to stop when it feels natural to stop rather than just abruptly cutting. That's mostly due to the erratic schedule in which that we are recording. So yeah, so now you know that. Anything? Nope. And as usual, you want to be, yeah, that guy's probably going to come back to life, don't you think? There's a corpse collapsed on the floor like it was an instant death. What the hell happened in this mansion? Yeah, I know. And herbs, of course, make their reappearance, I should say. We have some room. Let's bring them along. Different areas that everyone can mix and match herbs as they want. You have green herbs, red herbs, and blue herbs. Mixing a red and green herb creates a mixture that fully heals you regardless of how much damage you've taken. Blue herbs cure poison when combined with either green herbs or red and green herbs. Stuff like that. So, yeah, even more herbs. The guy lying down here, he's not going to pop up yet, but he will at some point. There's a zombie here. We can reset his position by going in through this door. And up here, if I remember correctly, I mean, it's not been that long since I played this game, but so I'm at least the earlier parts I remember fairly well, but not the later ones. This key, we're gonna get this key later, but you see those tracks? I can show it to you because I can reset this, but if I pick up this key, may whoever takes this emblem find peace in death. If I take the mansion key like so, that one goes down. And spinning blade death happens. We don't like that, so we're just gonna put it right back. And make sure it doesn't kill us. So we can't go through this room here just yet. Saves are also limited, like in the like in Resident Evil 0. I don't think they actually have removed that yet. It's locked from the other side. Yeah, dodging zombies is still the name of the game. And this arrow here. Will you take the golden arrow? Yes, I will. Examine an item. From the status screen, select an item and examine the command, blah, blah. Yep. So a lot of familiar things here. Well, it wouldn't have been familiar if this is your first one, but we examine this. The arrowhead looks like it can be removed. Whoop. And we got an arrowhead. The arrowhead is made from peridot, sometimes referred to as poor man's emerald. And we get another clip. As with most of the earlier Resident Evil games, dodging zombies is usually preferable. It's locked from the other side. This one too, I guess. No, I unlocked it. A lot of doors are locked on one side, but can be unlocked from the other side. And some doors you can open with the lockpick, which in Chris's case you wouldn't be using a lockpick. Obviously, you would be using a. There's a bunch of small keys that you can find lying around. Oh, defensive dagger. We won't be seeing them in this playthrough. But usually the small keys are used to open like small desks and stuff. I'm not sure, but I don't think the small keys are ever really necessary to progress in the game. It just makes it a bit harder for Chris to find goodies. I'm gonna smack that one down there. If you notice, the statue held a a blue shiny thing of some description. We'll be picking up that later because it's going to be a while until we'll actually find any use for it. For now, let's check out this door. All right. So going outside in this game is always a bit of a crapshoot. I hope it won't turn out like this on the video, but I'm noticing that because my monitor's brightness settings are a bit. Oh, what's that? What's that? This is pretty sure that's. Yeah, no, we'll get those later. We don't have a shotgun yet, so. But yeah, my monitor settings are a bit off. I'm struggling to calibrate my monitors in a proper manner, so my brightness settings are too high. Tomb engraved with a picture of an angel. There's an indentation in the shape of an arrowhead. So, arrowhead. Boom. And we get to go inside. But yeah, so it looks, a lot of the stuff here looks kind of bad on my screen. I mean, this game is old, and all they've done is they've updated the models, but largely the game looks as good as it used to do in 2007 or 2002 release of the game. The book is fitted perfectly in the indentation. Will you take the Book of Curses? Probably shouldn't read out everything. We'll take the Book of Curses. Let's see what's going on here. Next world? Oh, hello. There's a key embedded in the back cover. Will you remove it? Yes. You got the mansion key. Book of Curses. The 4 masks. A mask that speaks no evil. A mask that smells no evil. A mask that sees no evil. A mask that cannot speak, smell, or see evil. When all 4 fall into place, evil will awaken. This is part of a one of your first goals in this game. A stone statue where with a hole where the eyes should be. Well, with holes, I should say. Eyes, nose, and mouth should be. So yeah, you get the drift. We need to find those 4 masks, which we will do. But yeah, I'm checking out my recording software while I'm playing, and it looks much better on the recording side because I don't know why, but it's just my main monitor that's fucked up. So, but yeah, so with the wrong brightness settings, it's locked from the other side. You really start to see the crow's feet emerging. But this game looked beautiful for its time, and it still does. All of the backgrounds are pre-rendered, so it's just a matter of resolution, really, which is actually pretty ingenious considering the hardware at the time. Because when this was released on the GameCube in 2002, I'm not entirely sure because I skipped that generation in favor for PCs, but for consoles, it must have looked, I mean, downright fantastic. One of the best games there is. Engraving of a sword. So we have the sword key. So there's a bunch of doors that we can probably unlock now. It's locked. Emblem of a helmet. Was it an emblem of a sword in there? Let's go have a look. Normally what I do is I would start searching out for areas to unlock. Because when you unlocked all doors... There you go. When you've unlocked all doors that you can unlock with the key you have in the keys, I would say, in your inventory. When there's no more doors of that type, the game would allow you to discard it.
Oh, Jill. Got any good news?
Other than I'm still alive in this madhouse? No.
Can't say it's much safer here either. We'd better secure our escape route first. There's gotta be a back door somewhere.
All right then, let's split up again.
Hey, hold on a sec. Look what I've found.
What?
A can of fizz. It's sure to yellow and mellow those things. It's yours. Hopefully you won't have to use it.
Oh. Okay.
What about you?
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
Oh, God.
I see. Thanks, I'll take it.
See you later.
Ciao.
So yeah, voice acting is still cheesy. But yeah. So this introductory episode got a bit long. I'm sorry about that. I actually really enjoy playing this game, so I should probably get a more in my face timer. And I also need to get to work. Yeah, here's my 2 clear datas. We're gonna be using save slot 3. And that's going to be it for the first episode. So thank you guys for watching, and join me in the next video, which should be up a bit later today. But until then, see you folks.